Hey everybody, welcome to Como Live, brought to you by the Legacy Amendment. My name is Kelsey, and today we're outside in the Enchanted Garden, which if you come visit the zoo and the conservatory, it's right across from the glass dome of the conservatory. The Enchanted Garden is, you can walk through at any time and enjoy all of the flowers. It's also a really great rental space that we use for weddings in the summer too. So like I said, you can come and enjoy these beautiful flowers and all these plants at any time. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the space and highlight a couple of the plants that you're seeing here. And I'm going to do my best. We're going to try not to get soaked by the sprinkler too. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to talk a little bit about pollinator plants first. So what I mean when I say pollinator plants is pollinators are generally animals that are going to move pollen from one plant to another. And a really short and brief explanation of that is basically that's how plants reproduce, and that's how we get more plants. So pollinator plants in Minnesota help to attract native animal pollinators like butterflies, bees, even some birds too. So they're a great addition to any yard and garden. Pollinator flowers come in all shapes and sizes, as you can see by our Enchanted Garden too. One of my favorites is the cone flower, and there's a couple different types of cone flowers here. They come in all different colors, red, orange, yellow, but one of the most common, especially in Minnesota, is the purple cone flower. And these are great pollinator flowers because, as you can see by looking at them, they have kind of a platform on the top of them. So they're great for butterflies and bees to come and land on them. And they're not only great in the summer, but they're great to have in the fall as well, because once the flower dies, birds will come and eat the seeds at the seed pod kind of at the top. So a great flower to have around. They also do really well pretty much any environment, so sun, shade, and really any type of soil. So a great flower to plant. We're going to take a little stroll and go look at another plant that we have quite a bit of in the Enchanted Garden, and that you might have in your yard at home too. And that plant is going to be milkweed. So milkweed is a great plant to have in your garden because it helps out monarch butterflies. So there's a lot of milkweed in this area. So female monarch butterflies in the summertime will find milkweed plants and they will lay their eggs generally on the bottom of the leaf. And we were trying to look and find some eggs on these milkweed. We didn't see too many, but this is the time that you would see a lot of monarch butterflies. Once the eggs hatch, then you'd have a monarch caterpillar, and that monarch caterpillar would eat the leaves of the milkweed. And the interesting thing about milkweed is it gets its name because the sap from the leaves is actually toxic. So most animals can't eat the leaves of the milkweed, but the monarch caterpillar can. And then as the monarch caterpillar grows and turns into a butterfly, it will actually be toxic because it did eat the leaf of that milkweed, and that's one of the reasons why monarch butterflies are that bright orange color too. It's really important to help monarch butterflies, all butterflies, but especially monarchs in the summertime, because they're the only butterfly species that would migrate here in Minnesota. So they spend their summers here, but then when it gets colder, they will migrate thousands of miles to Mexico and around that area. So in the summertime, if you plant milkweed, that's a great way to help those butterflies. And milkweed is a perennial. It'll flower in the summertime. There's lots of varieties of milkweed too. Common milkweed is one of the most common, I guess. But there's other different types of milkweed that have other flowers, and then they'll form those seed pods, which you can see on the plant too. So with a lot of these native pollinator plants and even pollinator plants that you can find in the Midwest, because they're meant to grow in our environment and our seasons, they really require not a lot of maintenance. So they're great to have in a yard. If you plant a seed, it usually takes a few years, but then it'll grow into a beautiful plant and a beautiful flower. Many are perennials that'll come back from year to year. So if you're looking to start your own pollinator garden, you can go to your local nursery. The internet is also a great resource to, especially the University of Minnesota Extension. They have a lot of great resources on how you can start your own pollinator garden and other types of flowers that might be a good idea for you to plant in your garden. But you can also come to this beautiful Enchanted Garden here. Like I said, you can visit it at any time. You can enjoy all of the flowers, take a stroll around the beautiful park while the weather is nice this summer. So I hope you learned something on this Como Live today, and have a great day.